Welcome to Studio D on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Sooner Sports Pad. And now, your host, Tevis Hillis.
Welcome to Sooner Sports Pad. I'm your host, Tevis Hillis, alongside my two friends, Christian Nunley and Meridith Mulkey. Now, before we talk everything sports, who's in our audience tonight?
Well, tonight we have some rowdy OU fans and a few members of the one and only Pride of Oklahoma.
And please give me a warm welcome to freshman basketball phenoms Davion Harmon and Chloe Bloom. Yeah.
And later on in tonight's show, we'll hear from Sooner Sports Pad reporter Cal Day as he gives us a look at the Sooners' secret weapon making home court a real advantage.
And later on, Meridith and I go head-to-head to discuss which of the XFL rules are our favorites. There's a lot, so we gotta...
Now, number 13, West Virginia walked into Lloyd Noble thinking they had an easy win under their belt. But that was not the case, thanks to Christian Doodle and the rest of the squad as the Sooners took the win 69-59. Early in the game, the Sooners fought hard to stay alive as Mountaineers dominated the boards, but were unable to contain Doolittle, who racked up a total of 27 points and 12 rebounds. Our guest in the audience today, Davion Harmon, hit a three right before halftime to extend OU's lead. Austin Reeves and Brady Manick were also able to help with the offense as West Virginia took 76 shots from the field. They were just not able to score like the Sooners. Now, this is a great time for the Sooners to see a win over a ranked team as they have a game this Wednesday against Iowa State. The Cyclones have won 6 of the 7 last meetings, with the Sooners including 1 earlier in the season. Now, guys, we know the Sooners are going to take with a win Wednesday. Easy. But who right now is your MVP for the team?
You know, it's tough. You look down the roster, and there's so many guys that are impact players. You go at Christian Doolittle, look at his numbers. Brady Manick, look at his numbers. But I'm going to have to go with an emotional impact guy, and Austin Reeves. This guy is such a galvanizing player for this team. He's a mid-range lord. Whenever there's a hype moment, Austin's always the first guy to hype him up. Whenever the other team's talking mess, Austin's always the first guy chirping right back. And you need those kind of guys to galvanize your team. So I'm going to have to go with Austin Reeves. He might not be as prevalent on the stat sheet, but he makes an impact for this team, a big one.
For sure, I like that
The
pick.
most valuable one, actually.
Okay. Well, you mentioned Christian Doolittle earlier, and that's who I've got as my key player for the Sooners. If it wasn't evident before, he definitely made it known in that West Virginia game. It wasn't, no doubt he's the senior leader on this team, and he's got the numbers to back it up. He's averaging 14.7 points and 9.1 rebounds. And while he hadn't had great performances the past couple of weeks, Doolittle definitely delivered that last game for the Sooners. Not only was he knocking down shots, he also recorded 8 defensive rebounds, 2 steals, and a block to help the Sooners secure their first win against a ranked team this season. And if this is any indicator of how Doolittle will play the remainder of the season, there is no doubt this team will be in the tournament come March.
Take it to the bank.
Yep, they're in.
I agree.
You guys are right about Selection Sunday. We'll see them. Now let's talk about other spring sports. Which one's standing out to you all?
You know, there's a lot. You look down all the OU sports, and it seems like so many of them are national contenders year in and year out, and that's true with this softball team. They traveled down to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and balled out all weekend, left the weekend undefeated. The pitchers on the mound, seniors Giselle Juarez and Shannon Sale are back, better than ever, 11 strikeouts over 2 games. This team is elite, and there's no chance they're slowing down. They got the Hill and Brand Invitational coming up this next weekend, so look for them to continue to take up wins, because they will. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
The women's teams are killing it, and I'm going with none other than unranked women's gym. They are undefeated currently, and it seems like they just can't lose. They took home their 11th win of the season over the weekend, shutting down Texas Women's University by more than 2 points. OU showed some depth this meet with 12 different Sooners competing on at least one event, and half of the routines coming from underclassmen. And once again, the ladies prove why they're the best in the nation, taking home every event title of the night. The Sooners will return to the LNC this Friday as they take on TWU again and Big 12 rival West Virginia.
They're dominant. They're dominant.
Always number one.
Now, speaking of women's gymnastics, Chloe's countdown is catching up with one member of that team. Here's Sooner Sports Pad reporter Chloe Sparks.
Hello and welcome to Chloe's Countdown. I am Chloe Sparks here with women's gymnast Reagan Smith. Reagan, how are you today?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for being out here. First question, Reagan. So you're a freshman. Why did you choose OU?
When I visited here, I just feel like home, and I visited other schools, but they just didn't feel like this one. And the coaches here are amazing, and that's why I chose OU.
So you're talking about the coaches. How have the coaches been instrumental in the work you've produced here?
I feel like they're just very disciplined about technique, and so we always train that really hard in the gym, and when we go out and compete, it just makes everything precise and look good.
And for the 4th time in 5 weeks, you've been named the Big 12 Newcomer of the Week. So no one's going to know more than you. What does it take to be one?
I just feel like I've been training hard in the gym and just making my routines as neat as possible and just delivering them out on the competition floor.
And then last question. Last week, you scored a personal high of 995 on the beam. What was going through your head?
I just felt confident up there this time because all the numbers in the gym, I put in the hard work and everything, and so I feel like that has definitely helped. And then when I just landed my dismount, I was like, yes, I did it, woo! So yeah.
All right, sounds good, Reagan. Thank you so much for coming out here.
Thank you.
Now when we return, we're going to talk about everything happening at Lloyd Noble. It's a new hype. Stick around. The Sooners are coming off that big win against West Virginia, but winning is a common theme nowadays for the Sooners. Cal Day's Sooner Sports Pad reporter is here to tell us all about the new things happening in Lloyd Noble.
Inside the Lloyd Noble Center is a new kind of energy when the Sooners take the court. Fueled by a revamped and dedicated student section filled with all walks of life, the best way to describe the new and improved Boom Squad in-game is booming.
So our number one objective when we come down here, we're on the floor, is to get in the other team's heads.
The idea stems from Coach Kruger himself, asking the students back in the summer to put a little extra pep in their steps.
We're yelling at them the whole game. Like, if they miss a shot, we're letting them hear about it. Not, oh, that's 0 for 9, that's 0 for 10, that's 0 for 11. You know, just anything that we can do to throw them off their game.
The new leaders of the squad are in charge of organizing the costumes, creating cheers, and being loud, especially towards players on the visiting bench.
Whenever we see them kind of giving us dirty looks or even sometimes chirping back at us, that's when we know we're doing our job.
The good times didn't stop there. For the first time in 12 years, an OU Hoops icon made its highly anticipated return.
Welcome back to the Lloyd Noble Center!
Top Dog exploded back on the scene in January, walking up and down the arena, amping the crowd in the fashion that only Top Dog can pull off. So far, the new experience enhancements seem to be paying dividends for fans in the stands and the players on the court. Men's hoops are dominating inside Lloyd Noble, a noteworthy 10-1 at home this season.
You know, just having the home crowd with us instead of against us plays a huge role. So
the Sooners have a chance to improve on their home record when the Cyclones of Iowa State roll into town Wednesday night. One thing is for certain. With the Boom Squad and Top Dog in attendance, the energy will be high. Cal Day, Sooner Sports Pad.
Now, after seeing the new hype in that stadium, we get to talk to two freshmen that get to experience all of that hoopla. So please welcome to Sooner Sports Pad Davion Harmon and Chloe Bloom.
So guys, we saw a little bit about the new atmosphere at the LNC. How do you guys feel like it's been?
Well, I feel like it's been great. Like, the fans are really getting behind us, and it really helps. Like, because we've had so many close games for the women, we've had so many close games. So it's great to have the fans just uplift us and be cheering for us and help us have energy on the court.
I think it's definitely helped us a lot. Wish he could come on the road with us for sure. Because the road games are getting to us, but the home games is it's a lot of fun, and I think the more people we get, I think the better we play.
Yeah.
Believe it.
All right. Well, Chloe, you are a top international prospect, a 4-star recruit. What was it about OU that made you choose to come here?
I loved how OU has such a winning culture. I feel like I really love that. And coming from Australia, I just wanted a place that felt like home, and I just feel like Oklahoma just made me feel like home as soon as I stepped off the plane.
I feel like a lot of people say that. You mentioned being from Australia. What are the kind of differences from Australia and Oklahoma?
Well, you guys don't have any nice beaches around here, which
One thing we're missing.
But that's okay because you guys have plenty of nice food, fat food.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that.
That's America. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, I have to watch myself and make sure that I'm not having too many fattening foods. But yeah, it's nice having all the fast food places. We only have about like 3 fast food places in Australia. So yeah.
Healthy eaters.
Yeah.
We need to take a page out of their book.
We need that here. All right, Davion, you're part of a large group of young guys on this team. What have you learned from your older teammates?
I just learned I think we learn things from each other, kind of. I mean, I was playing like just with USA basketball and playing high-level AAU, so I kind of picked up from there. And then they just started to teach me the culture of being a Sooner, what it's like, to just go through different things. And I remember I was so up and down in the summer, and then I was up and down, in the middle of the year. Now I'm trying to get back on track. So I think them just instilling confidence in me. And K Duke, he's been doing that big for me. Me and him been talking a lot back and forth. We've pretty much been telling each other like the same thing. Just play with confidence, and like basketball is basketball, but we just can't forget to have fun. And you got to go out there and you got to enjoy it and have fun.
Well, I was going to ask what Duke says to you, but it sounds like confidence is the kind of thing he kind of pushes with you.
Just mainly confidence. We don't really go into much. Like you can talk. Basketball's kind of like it's like a rhythm game. It's up and down. It's fast paced. Like we never talk about X's and O's. I might say something on the court at him or something like that. He might say something to me, but it's literally just like, let's just go have fun. Like you roll just kick the ball out there and you put it in, and when that ball is tipped, and that's where we have the most fun right there.
We have an audience question over here, so I'm right here with my friend Micah. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. So here we are. The game is about to start. We're about to go win. Play the Sooner Magic. What's your guys' pump-up song so you can get into the zone?
Ooh. I got a lot of them. I mean, anything with Drake, I'm cool. Okay. Then if you put on Youngboy, then I mean, it depends. Like my thing is that like I try to I always listen to what my mind and my body's telling me before the game. You know what I mean? So like if I want to listen to more upbeat and hard music, that's what I do. If not, I might put on Boys to Men or something. Change it up. Yeah, for sure. What about you, Corey?
I feel like us girls, we kind of just listen to the chill R&B, just relax, and then we just hype each other up by screaming, doing crazy stuff. That's how we hype each other up.
That sounds about right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks for being with us. Now, my 2 analysts are going to listen to their pump-up songs because coming up, it's Face Off. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks to our cornerstone television partners, OU Medicine, Anheuser-Busch, OU Extended Campus, and our community partners, Landers Auto Group, Devon Energy, Coca-Cola, and OU Medicine.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports God. Now, this is a segment where our 2 analysts are going to go head-to-head. I'm going to ask 3 questions, and then our audience is going to pick who the winner is. So here we go with our first question. How many Sooners are going to go in the first round NFL draft?
We talked about this a few weeks ago, and I said 1 initially, but I'm going to have to raise that to 2. I think CD and K9 are going to be taken on the first day of the NFL draft. You can book it now. You look at CD, he's one of the top receivers of this class. Honestly, think he got a little snubbed in the Bolitnikoff, but I digress. His numbers speak for themselves, over 1,300 yards, 20 yards per catch, a little bit over that, and 13 touchdowns. I don't need to say CD. He'll be taking top 10. But then I look at K9 on the other side of the ball, and you look at his speed, you look at his talent, and it's hard to pass up a guy like this. He might be the number 2 linebacker in this draft behind Isaiah Simmons at Clemson, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be taken in the first day. They're both about to get paid big money. And I guarantee you, Kenneth will also be taken in day 1. Because you look at the guy play, you look at his size, you look at his speed, especially with running backs nowadays. You need a linebacker who's gonna cover the entire field, and Kenneth can do exactly that.
Yeah, he's got it. Well,
I promise you. You're right.
2 is good. I'm going to do 1 better and add big man Neville Gallimore to the group of Sooners, making it in the first round. Gallimore had an outstanding senior season at OU, racking up 30 total tackles with 18 of those being solos. He was a crucial part in helping OU go from one of the worst defenses in the nation to one of the best in the Big 12. The D lineman was the Sooners' most consistent interior presence, and it looks like he's only getting better. He got a lot of recognition for his strength and athleticism at the Senior Bowl practices last month, impressing scouts and improving his draft chances. If Gallimore goes in the first round, he'll be the first Oklahoma defensive tackle taken since Gerald McCoy in 2010.
That's 10 years ago, man.
It's time.
We're old.
It's time to have another one.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you know what we have to do now? Our canine pose. Hit it. Oh, yes, nothing like a canine pose right there. Okay, our next question's coming back from Micah. Here you go.
Hello. What is your favorite part of the XFL?
That's tough because there's so many things about the XFL you like, but I'm gonna have to go with the rules. I know that's a very like nitpicky thing to like, but I love it. You look at overtime, and it's not like the NFL's like semi sudden death overtime, but you get each team. It's similar to college. Each team gets a start at the 5, and they each get attempts to go try and take it into the end zone. First team that doesn't obviously loses. Then you look at the extra points. They get 1 from the 1, 1 from the 2, and 1 from the 10, depending on whether or not they want to go for 1 point, 2 points, or 3. I really like the rules. They've got the betting odds on the lower third of the screen, which is awesome. They know exactly who their audience is for the bettors out there. But yeah, I love the rules. You look up and down, and I love it.
All right.
I like this league. I do.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's fun for sure. And like you said, a lot of changes made to this revamped league. But I think my favorite has to be the in-game interviews.
Oh, they're
we
fire.
saw a lot
They're
of great
fire.
moments from those throughout the games. Reporters get to go up and down the sidelines talking to any of the players or coaches just moments after they've had a big play in the game, or in some cases a costly mistake. You saw guys like the Defenders kicker Ty Rossa in front of the camera right after his missed field goal, or Seattle's Dylan Day, who was a little amped up after his unsportsmanlike penalty. These guys are obviously coming off the field with a lot of emotion, so it's interesting to see what they have to say, and I think a lot of these interviews were better than the ones we see from NFL players after their games. So I'm excited for more moments like this from the XFL. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, the NFL ones, they have their SIDs talking about what they can and can't say, but XFL is uncensored. They let you hear it, good and bad.
Now, Meredith, that is your future job.
I
That
think
is
so.
yours. Absolutely. And
I'll
it's great
take
to see Bob Stoops back on the sidelines.
Yeah, it
it's
really
childhood
is.
all over again. Okay, now here we go. Our favorite part,
Ready, Dan?
viral videos. Hit it.
Yeah. You see on social media all the time videos of parents crossing their kids up, the kids falling. This is the hockey rendition. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. If you're a kid, you got to go inside and put up the sticks. Like this is it. Oh God. Oh man. You know, as a parent, I feel like some parents would go easy on their kids, but I respect this one being like, you know what? I'm giving them all I got. I respect that.
I'm just glad my parents never did that to me. Never had to experience that. But for my viral video, I'm going with a mascot. This guy did something that none other mascot I've ever seen do. Boomer and Sooner, nothing quite like it yet, but hopefully we'll see it coming up. This is the BYU mascot, Cosmo the Cougar, getting launched in the air from the three-point line, grabs the ball mid-air and slams it home like it is nothing. I've never seen one from behind the three-point line. It's impressive. And in a costume like that, wearing gloves basically.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did it, but you made it look easy for sure.
Bold. That kid got airtime.
Yeah, we got to see it from our mascots.
Couldn't be me.
Okay, now guys, let's see who's going to win this game, okay? My audience is going to cheer for the loudest. So who thinks Christian Nunley won the game? Woo! Christian, better luck next time. Now, everyone for Meredith, here we go. Meredith Mulkey is our winner. Congratulations, this is your first win. Now it's 1 out of 9. Let's see how many more you can get. You got it. Okay, now guys, don't go anywhere because when we're coming back, we're going to talk about what's coming up in Sooner Sports, and we're going to have some fun. Stick around. Welcome back. Now let's look ahead at the University of Oklahoma sports. Tomorrow night, the women's basketball team will host Oklahoma State for the second Bedlam meeting of the season. Then later in the week, on Sunday, they will take on Kansas State for the annual Play for K game. After 3 wins in Mexico, the women's softball team is heading to Arizona for the Hillenbrand Invitational this Valentine's Day. And still on the Day of Love, the baseball team will start their season off at the Wahoos Classic in the warm Florida air. And if you aren't jealous of those baseball boys going down to Florida, get this, the men's golf team will be heading to Puerto Rico for the Puerto Rico Classic this weekend. Now we're back with our two guests and our 2 analysts. We're gonna play a great game, so here we go. They're gonna see how many times they can shoot in that basket, and then we're gonna go against the analysts. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Hit it. Here we go. Now, do not disappoint us. You know, you got a large name to, you know, stick around with. Okay, hit it. Here we go. We have one. We have one. That's a, keep going. You got it. Look at the wrist. We have 2. You're doing great. Okay, here we go. Oh, no! Get it into the recycling bin. That's what we need it to do. We have 3. There we go. We have 3. Here we go. We have 4. Yikes! The coaches are looking at you over here. Foul! We have 6. Still 6. Here we go. We have 6 still. 7. Okay, you guys gotta make these last 2, or your coaches are gonna make you do some drills. Yeah, come on. Hey, okay. Here we go. Oh, yes, okay. They're drinking. Let's get him. Come on, that was 9, guys.
9,
Okay, here we go. You get a personal foul. Free throw, I'll give you 10. Yeah, you'll take 10. Here we go. Okay, Christian and Meredith.
Okay.
Now, while they were practicing, they did really good. So you guys might leave on the scared.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, go fast. Here we go. 1, 2, go! 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guys, our basketball team. Hey, you all still won. Don't worry. You're still on the basketball team. Now, don't go anywhere. Next Monday, we're going to have our show. Same time, same place. Follow us on social media, see what's all in the Good night.